Hi there, it's Pascal here, and in this video you're going to be learning how to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now that quote's come from, it's not really a quote, it's something that I've been following Jim Rohn for some time now, and that's what he normally says, that you should work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Now why is he saying that? And how does that relate to your online business? If you're looking to start a business online, if you've been following me, you know I talk more about my journey and my experiences in online business so that you can help anybody that is looking to start and get involved. Now, what I want you to understand is, you always hear me talk about the shift I got when I started listening to The Strangest Secrets by Elle Nightingale. He said, you will become what you think about. Now, how does this relate? To relate this to working harder on yourself than you do on your job. What are you thinking constantly? That is basically what you're working hard on. Does that make sense? If you're working hard on your job now, it's because you're thinking more about your job. Most times, most people that are like me, when I started, one big problem I had was I didn't have time. Because I was working 3 jobs, 14-hour shift today. I work Monday to Sunday, flat out. So you don't have time to muck about, because you think that's the way you will get what you want out of life. Now, Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what is the hardest thing that you will do in your entire life? Is to think. Now, if you're really thinking, let's put this into perspective. If you're really thinking about your future or your life, or what you're doing on day-to-day basis, will it get you what you want? Will that job that you're in, don't get me wrong, I don't hate jobs, but you just have to be aware. Will it get you what you want in life? Now, you're doing it. Most of the time, I was working 3 jobs. I knew it was not going to get me, but I was doing it. Why? Fear. I need to pay my bills. I need to do all these things that will pop up once you want to leave it, because they will stay calm. You don't feel that fear. So was I thinking? No, but I was doing it. So that's called, you're living in ignorance. I was literally living in ignorance. But you think for some reason that you know it, or you figured it out, or you cracked the code, or you're going to make it somehow. You just have this feeling, somehow something will happen and you will get what you want. That's a wish. You are wishing. Because if you really understand life, you create your own luck. You look at some people and think they are lucky. They are not. They construct their own reality. So if you're going to start working hard on yourself now, because that's what will give you what you want in life, you need to understand a few things. And the first thing you must understand is how to think. Because Einstein said, insanity is you will keep thinking the same way, thinking it will give you a different outcome. It's not going to give you a different outcome. You keep producing the same thing that you have. So you need to change your thinking. Now, how do you change your thinking? You have to understand the process of creation. Most people are going through life, they don't even know that God has blessed them with infinite gifts to create the kind of life they want. But yet they complain of every single thing, like I was. No time, no money, no quality of life. You can't travel where you want, you can't do what you want, you can't spend time with your children. All these things I was going through all these things because I did not understand the process of creation. What is the process of creation? You have to first understand that you have to see it imaginary first. Vision. Where there is no vision, the people will perish. Create a vision that you want for yourself and your family. Once you get that vision right, for me, I knew this to solve the problem I had in my life, which was no time. I needed a business I don't know which business is going to be. I don't know the product I'm going to sell. Understand this part. But I know I need a business that will give me free time, which was I could do it from anywhere, geographical freedom. I could do it from my home, anywhere. I could do it in a coffee shop, anywhere, it doesn't matter. And it works automatically. I don't have to go and start speaking to people or talking to people. I don't have to turn up for a job. That was a vision I had in my mind. So I started looking for training that will coach me. So you have to understand that you have to look for a training that will coach you to do whatever you want to do in your life. Remember this, they will ask you for money, they will ask for your time to coach you. This is the sacrifice that you pay to get the vision. So once you have this vision, you now have to write it down. You're taking something that is spiritual and bringing it into physical form. Because you already know that there's something inside you that is telling you now that you could be more, you can have a good life, but you just don't understand how to make it a reality. It's because you don't understand the spiritual essence of it. That means you don't understand how to bring something from spirit, which is that feeling that you're having, and bring it to physical form. Does that make sense? So if you now write it down, now you create a plan. It's going to take time. That's why it's not a get rich quick scheme. You create a plan and start acting on it. Now remember, you still have a job, you're still working long hours, you still don't have money, a lot of money saved up, but you're now creating something that will give you solve all these problems for you. So now that you're working hard on this one, is not giving you what you need to do is start working gradually on this one. Then work harder. Jim Rohn said, work harder here than you do on here. You work the both. I'm telling you now, if you're going to have because I've understood that I'm trying to tell God to give me wisdom to explain it. What I'm saying is that at some point you will need to have two things you're juggling. Does that make sense? You must keep your job and still start something, and then work harder on this one. Now you're working hard on, but you start working on this one gradually, not really that strong, but you start working gradually and start working harder on this. How do you do this? You start by faith. You start ability to call upon things that are not as though they were. You start dreaming about this life. You start working on it. Don't turn that into a wish of not putting it, because if you don't act, this dream is dead. Faith without action is dead. You can have the vision, if you don't act, it's dead. It's that simple. So you work harder here. Once you keep expanding this faith, it will grow. It will grow into a mighty force. Then that will shadow this one. That's the time to leave the job. Now it's going to be a transition over time, because on this side is big now, this side is small. So but with time, maybe in 1 year, 2 years time, this one will begin to shrink and this one will begin to expand, because you're working harder more on this side. And that's how you bring this vision that you have now, more time, work freedom, after a while. So anybody that you see online that tells you, if you do 6 clicks, you make 200,000. You see all those adverts, I see them too. I smile when I see them. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know if I know it's possible, but from where you are, it's too far. You cannot relate to it. But there's nothing like 6 clicks to make from get to here. There's already those systems in place before that 6 clicks. So that's what I want you to understand. So don't worry if you see all those things. Understand where you are now. To get the vision that you have for yourself and your family, is you can have it. You can have it, but you just need a few things to be in place to understand what you need to be doing on day-to-day activity. Because if you look at it now, today, what have you really done to make this? Let's say you want to spend time with your children. What have you done today just today to get you one step closer to spending time with your children, not going to your job again. If there is none, you need help to start thinking right. That's what I will say to you. I'll leave the links in the description how to join my webinar. If you're looking to, let's say you're looking to start a business online and you don't have any idea of product you want to sell, you don't have any idea where to start from, my webinar is for you. So I'll put the links in the description how to join the webinar, and I'll see you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe, and if you like what you're hearing, give me a thumbs up, and I'll be hoping to speak to you soon. If you have any concerns, anything, queries, I do respond to a lot of people. Webinar was yesterday, was really awesome. I thank the guys that are coming into taking control of their lives, because it's all happening. I believe that somehow God is using all of us to make the world a better place, and I wish you're part of it. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.